Good morning, my fellow treasure hunters and explorers. Just came back from an interesting trip where we went to a site we've been working on and put some more technology on top of it. And we had a professional dowser there, a guy by the name of Michael Fercik, and he was able to successfully dowse and find, we don't know what it is yet, but we know that there's something there. We put the technology over the top of it, metal detectors and a deep seeking metal detector, and got a positive signal for what we were looking for. And so now we need to get some equipment, or we weren't very prepared for doing what we need, or we weren't prepared with what we needed for the job at hand, but we were able to verify certain things, and it made for a very interesting trip, a fun time with a bunch of good guys. A couple things I will say is that it did prove to me that dowsing works if done by the right person who knows what they're doing. We absolutely proved that, at least to me and to others that were involved. Mike took this, he got a strong hit, and I put him on the four-wheeler and we drove to it, and he followed it all the way along. I went about a quarter mile. I parked my four-wheeler. Before I parked my four-wheeler, he was off running over. He went down to the edge. His dowsing rod, as he turned, it was pointing back. He went off the edge, and his rod spun around and pointed at the formation. He walked past it a couple times. He got to a certain location, and his dowsing rod sat there and spun like a top. I witnessed it myself. He went over it 2 or 3 times, and every time he went over it, I saw it. I saw the dowsing rod just sit and spin right on the location. We dug down, and there was a large capstone over the top of where we were at that we could not get out of the way. We needed a big bar and a big shovel, a long-handled shovel. All we had was a metal detecting shovel, about this big. Didn't have any, and we needed lots of force to break this rock loose. But we did put a couple of really high-tech metal detectors over the top of it and got a strong hit. Got strong hits down deep underneath that rock. So it's either a gold vein, such as in a volcanic outcropping, volcanic mineralized volcanic zone, highly mineralized volcanic zone, or it's a cache. Mike has a special dowser that he's created. It's on ball bearings. It has the mineral on the stainless steel rod that is attracted to like minerals. Mike had his gold sample on his rod. That's what we were looking for, is a gold deposit. And he dowsed it from several different directions, and every time he got a hit in one location, we went out to that location, went past the location, the rod spun around and pointed back. He walked parallel both directions, the rod spun and pointed back to the formation, and when he got directly over the location, his rod sat there and spun like a top. And then we put some metal detectors over the top of it, a couple of really good metal detectors, deep detectors, and got good strong hits. And so then we started uncovered. We had a large capstone that we needed to get underneath, and it was wedged in there between rocks, and we couldn't get underneath it. The shovels that we had and the little pick wasn't strong enough to pick the rock up. We need a big bar and a full-length shovel, not just a smaller metal detecting digging shovel that we had. Anyway, it was pretty cool. If you want to see the full video, if you want to see Mike's dowsing rod spinning like a top, I've got it on my Patreon channel. I've got some of the more telling and interesting clips on there if any of you are interested in joining. I'm going to put information and things on there that I'm not going to put on my YouTube channel. I'm just not going to share some of that information on YouTube for various reasons. Diehard treasure hunters, you can go onto my Patreon and you can see things that's not available to viewers on YouTube. Anyway, it was a great trip. I'm going to be back there really soon, and hopefully we're going to see what's there. I've done some dowsing myself, and I know there's something to it. I remember years ago we took some coins and paper plates into a grassy backyard, and we had different people hide or put a coin under certain of the paper plates, and we had to go dowse and say what coin was under there and which plates had a coin under and which ones didn't. And I think I did about 80%. We had 20 plates, we had 5 coins, and I was able to do about 80%, and that was pretty much my first try at dowsing, so I know there's something to it. But the dowsing rod that Mike Fercik has is pretty high tech. It's on a ball bearing system, and if you want to get his book, I put a link to it in my video below. You can learn how to make the dowsing rod and how to use it, and if you're interested in it, some people really have the talent and the skill for it, and some people not so much, but I did witness it work for Mike. It took him directly to the outcropping, it took him directly to where the mineralized target was, and we verified it with our metal detectors. So I've seen it work. A friend of mine, Tracy, watched Mike do it again on another site, and they took the mineral samples back, and Tracy's brother Greg shot it with an XRF gun, and he said that it indeed had gold in the sample. So there's 2 different times I've seen or heard of Mike going directly to a deposit of gold and being able to prove that it was there. So it was pretty impressive. It was a good trip, and the weather was nice, a nice overcast day, and it was good to be out there with friends. Anyway, that was just a quick video on dowsing and what I witnessed over the last couple of days. I hope you'll give us a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. That helps get that video out there. It helps it to grow and the community to grow, and to be able and for me to be able to get into the field more and do more videos for you. Thanks. Have a great day.